episode of Storytime with Ellie and James. We're so glad you guys can join us. We love getting to tell you guys stories from the Bible. What story are we going to tell the kids about today, James? I don't know, Ellie. Maybe you should get to pick. What's your favorite Bible story? I don't know. There's so many great ones to pick from. Maybe the story of Moses, or Jonah, or of Mary. There is a lot of really great options. Wait, I know a great story about a very wise and courageous woman named Deborah, who was a prophet of God. I don't think I've heard about Deborah. Do you want to tell us a little more about her? I would love to tell you all about Deborah and how she helped the Israelites. A long time ago, God's people, the Israelites, were living in the land of Canaan. Canaan? Wasn't that the promised land given to Abraham and his descendants by God? Yes, it was, James. God promised that he would take care of them and keep them safe. Wow, that's a really big promise that God made. But as we all know, God can do everything. God can do everything. He is so amazing, and he helped the Israelites a lot. Didn't the Israelites have trouble obeying God? Sometimes they would, and then bad things would happen, and they would pray to God to help save them. How would God help them? He would send a very special person called a judge or a prophet to save the Israelites. Deborah was one of those people sent by God to help the Israelites while they were in Canaan. Deborah was a very wise woman that everyone would go to for advice and find out what God wanted them to do. During Deborah's time as a prophet, the Israelites were attacked by a very large army led by a man named Sisera. He had over 900 chariots and more than 20,000 soldiers. That is a lot of soldiers. But surely the Israelites had just as many soldiers. Oh no, they didn't. The Israelites had about half as many soldiers and didn't have any iron chariots. Wow, I couldn't imagine how the leader of the Israelite army was brave enough to go into battle against such big odds. When Barak, the Israelite army leader, learned that God had told Deborah that he should go into battle and that God would be there to help him win, Barak told Deborah that he didn't want to go alone and that he would only go into battle against the Sisera army if she went with him. But don't women typically not go into battle? Oh, they don't, James. It's very unusual for women to be on the battlefield. So, why did Barak insist that Deborah go into battle with them? Because Barak trusted that Deborah had the Lord on her side, and that as long as Deborah was with them, they could win the battle. But wasn't God with Barak just as he was with Deborah? God is with all of us, as long as we trust in him the way that Deborah trusted in him. But Barak still didn't want to go alone? No, he didn't. So Deborah told Barak that because he needed a woman to go into battle, that only a woman would defeat Sisera. So Deborah actually defeated the Sisera army. Oh no, a different woman defeated Sisera. But I'm getting ahead of the story a little. See, what happened was that when it was time to fight Barak waited until Deborah told them to fight. And then when the Israelite army rushed into battle, the sky opened up and it began to rain until the valley flooded. Wouldn't a flood be bad for the Israelite army? No, it actually helped the Israelites because what happened was that the 900 army chariots that Sisera had became stuck in the mud and became completely useless. Once the Sisera army had no iron chariots, they became scared and ran away. What happened to their leader, Sisera? Sisera also ran away because he was scared. Sisera ran and ran until he found the tent of a woman named Jael, who tricked him into hiding in her tent. Jael then killed Sisera in the night, and what Deborah told Barak became true. A woman really did defeat Sisera. Wow, that's a really amazing story, Ellie. I love how there's so many strong, faithful women in that story. So do I, James. God uses so many amazing people all the time, sometimes in even the least expected people. Thank you so much, Ellie, for sharing that story with us. And thank you, boys and girls, who've joined us today. Come back in a couple of days for another great story time with Ellie and James.